Hey everybody, welcome back. It is 4th of July. Happy Independence Day. My first question out to everyone watching right now, do you feel independent or do you feel dependent? Are you dependent on the Social Security check reaching you every month? Are you dependent on if you have damage to your home that you have to call the insurance company? You're dependent on the insurance company to cover it because people don't have enough money saved up to make their own repairs on their home, or if there's damage, people can't afford it. I think most people feel instead of independent, dependent. And it's Independence Day, so I thought I would bring that topic up here. But we've got a lot of other news to get caught up on here today as well. And as usual, we want to catch up on all the latest financial, economic news topics. Now, just to kind of recap what we've been talking about here for the past few weeks, few months, actually, I think this year, 2024, we're going to see some big things happen. I think the war cycle is going to escalate. And if you look back through history, you notice that wars happen to break out during times of economic hardships. And if you don't think it's economic hardship right now, maybe you're in the top 10, 20%, maybe top 30%. But if you look at 70% down, most people are struggling. Just like I said at the beginning of the video, most people are dependent on some sort of check, forgiveness program, some sort of payout. People are dependent instead of independent for the most part. Now, hopefully, you're not one of them. I try my best to stay out of that percentile. Who knows how long that's going to last? Well, let's get into some news here. We have the banks out there looking to keep this economy propped up, trying to keep the flow of money out there, aka credit flowing out to the population so people can continue to go out and spend money. Once that stops, once the issuance of credit out of the banks, once that stops, then the entire economy stops and then things start collapsing. So of course they're going to do what they can do to keep things propped up. One of the big things we talk about here often is the housing market, home prices. People have been calling this housing bubble 2.0 now for 6, 7 years because back when was it 2018 when home prices, the median home price went beyond 2008 prices. People said, okay, housing bubble, this thing's got to come down. And it could have come down if certain things weren't put in place. It could have come down. The bubble would have burst. Right now, we've got the government buying most mortgages out there. We've got zero down payment mortgages are back. Here's a price prediction out of the Mortgage Bankers Association here. Let's see here. Home prices to rise significantly over the next 5 years, folks. How crazy is this? So even though home prices are at all-time highs, unaffordability is at all-time highs as well, right? So not just the home price. When you look at incomes, unaffordability is at all-time highs, but they know, the mortgage bankers know that a lot of things can be done. Even though people can't afford the home, a lot of things can be done to still get people into homes. Of course, we still have big business out there buying homes. If you look at California, they're buying big companies, big business are buying like half of the homes here in California, approximately. It might be like 48, 49%, but it's close to half of all homes. So, of course, you have a lot of cash buyers out there when you look at big business. And then when you look at people borrowing money, they're doing everything they can to get people to get approved for these mortgages. So it's not just me saying this. The Mortgage Bankers Association out there saying home prices are going to keep going up. And I've said here it's going to take something big to bring the economy down. And I think it could be war. I think we could be just a few months away. Actually, I think my timeline is October. Not guaranteed. I try not to put timelines on things because things can be kicked down the road. There's so many different things they can do to keep everything going that, this may not happen. But if I had to put a timeline on things, I'm thinking this year before October, I would likely to see something big and likely something very bad to happen. All right, let's talk about what's happening now with Microsoft. We've got Microsoft announcing a new round of layoffs. And this just came out in the last 24 hours. Fresh round of layoffs at Microsoft. So we are not seeing the layoffs slowing down. All right. This is the point where people start getting close to being maxed out on their credit card. They start pulling back on certain types of spending. And a lot of industries are suffering right now because of this. Look what's happening over in India, right? First of all, we know that this debt problem And this poverty problem is global. It's not just the United States. People think that replacing one puppet with another here in the United States is going to fix things. And they're watching the debates and all this stuff, folks. It's not going to matter. This is a global system of financing, and money that's put into the economy is put out there in the form of debt, right? A dollar created or printed is a dollar of debt. So as soon as it's created, it's a dollar owed. And because there's interest attached to it, it can never be paid back because you have to print more money to put out there to give to people to pay it back. But every new dollar that's put out there to people is a new dollar of debt. Then on top of that, you've got to pay taxes on everything you do. You buy something, you sell something, you pay taxes. You work for income, you pay taxes on it, right? It can never be paid back. The whole system is designed to fail, but it's also designed to enrich the people at the very top, right? The bankers, etc. Um, what's happening in India, and just to show you that this is global, this is not just the United States. In India, rents are so high, they have to put rules and regulations out there for people looking to pay their rent with a credit card out of Outlook Business Money. You can still pay your rent using your credit card. Check these guidelines. So people are looking at guidelines set by the Reserve Bank of India to see if they're able to pay their rent using a credit card, right? Insane, but this is what kind of desperate situation a lot of people are in. And globally, this is a global problem, folks. And look at unfunded liabilities. People often talk about the national debt with approaching 35 trillion. Unfunded liabilities in the United States, close to $200 trillion, folks. These are entitlements. These are payouts that people expect to get in the future. It's never going to happen, folks. New vehicle sales quarterly in millions of vehicles, folks. This picked up over the past quarter here. This is the second quarter numbers already. Already out, I believe. Is it second quarter numbers? Sorry, let me just check it here. Yes, Q2. Second quarter numbers. We're going to go over to Wolf Street. It's a very nice chart here. Look to the right edge here. We see that vehicle sales have not crashed. In fact, new vehicles are the ones that they're offering the most incentives right now. 0% financing and stuff like that. It's hard to find that type of low financing or low interest rate financing on the used vehicles. So I think that's one reason why the new vehicle sales are holding up pretty well. And again, something that people said was going to crash, that no one can afford a car, the prices are going to crash. Folks, they're finding ways to get people into cars. Cash back incentives, cash tax rebate incentives. I've seen those over the past 6 months, and other ways they're getting people into vehicles. Still, it all has to do with the money banks can continue to loan out. I think banks were told you better keep loaning out money, otherwise the economy is going to crash, and they don't want that to happen. They don't want that to happen here in 2024. And when they do bring this entire economy down, I think it's going to be something very, very big. I think it's going to be war. Let's talk about what's happening in Las Vegas. Rising prices. Las Vegas prices are spiking. In fact, for rising hotel rooms and costs, Vegas leads the nation for biggest spikes in hotel and rental cars, as ranked by Forbes as the most expensive city in the nation to travel to, citing skyrocketing costs of hotels and rental cars. I know there's a lot of people that love to go to Vegas. Vegas is fun. I've been to Vegas a few times here. It's only a few hour drive here from Southern California. There's nowhere in the country where travel costs are rising faster than Las Vegas. Between 2018 and 2023, costs for hotels, rental cars, and food spiked. Rental car costs up by 61%. Wow, since 2018. Hotel costs up almost 48% since 2018. Food costs up by almost 15%. And a lot of this is price gouging. I mean, they're still using shortages and energy costs. They're using these talking points for the reason why they're charging so much. But now people are so used to paying higher prices that companies are just price gouging, in my opinion. And you see these CEO pay packages continue to balloon and balloon and balloon. So that tells you that there's a lot of profit taking at the top, and people are just pulling in as much as they can. Businesses raising their prices. But on the other hand, some businesses just can't do it. They're raising their prices because they have to. Look at in California, all the fast food restaurants closing. I shouldn't say all of them, but all of them that are closing a lot of them cited the cost of labor because this minimum wage law, you have to pay people $20 an hour now. Somebody no experience, just out of high school, fast food worker, you've got to pay them $20 per hour. Insane, folks. But that's the type of thing that leads to businesses failing. So a lot of greed, yes, but a lot of it's just businesses are desperate. Cost of living is affecting some businesses. So it's going to get wilder, folks. Please make sure you are still subscribed. Come back to this channel. I'm going to keep it a little shorter today. I know the viewership's probably down as it is Independence Day. So hope everyone's doing well, barbecuing, spending time with your family. The reason I'm putting this out is because I'm up actually. I'm recording this pretty early in the morning. I won't put it out till later this afternoon, though, on 4th of July. But the whole family's sleeping, so I thought I'd get up early and do this video for y'all just to say hi and hope everyone's doing good. Hopefully you feel more independent than dependent. A lot of people are dependent, sadly, but hope you're doing good. Everybody keep stacking. Bye for now. Peace.